Hello everybody, this is Mark from Cedar Creek Bottoms with another fireside chat or Creepy Mountain chat. We're down here at the Hollins Hunters Camp. The people are starting to arrive and pull in and get their tent set up. And so I'm going to walk around just a minute and we'll go from there. So, yep, and there we got Mr. Pat on camera again. You got Mr. Flat Rock right over there. And got Mr. Dale and his wife right over there getting their tent put up. Of course, I got my little teepee back up again. So, got some more people back up yonder way. So, everybody's slowly getting set up and got more coming in. So.
I got home last time.
And give everybody a little look at this place. Goes on back in yonder a good piece, and then the Light Forest Service been down here cutting down some of these dead pines, and got a little more campground back in this way. Of course, that's west. You can see the sun, and of course that's up. I don't know if y'all can see the mountain ridge up there. That's where the Pinhoti is. So anyway, just wanted to give y'all a little introduction real quick. I will be trying to film some this weekend and talk to some people if they're willing to talk, and we'll go from there. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop this right now and hopefully put a decent video together for the weekend. It'll be a little cool tonight. Pat got off of Creepy Mountain yesterday, and Mr. and Mrs. Joe and Pat made it in, and some of these people I can't remember the name, but I will know it before the weekend's over. Anyway, so I'll talk with y'all later. Bye bye.
That night, about 2:30 in the morning, my daughter went out to smoke a cigarette. And the next day I was going to take her to the doctor or something, so we was pulling out the driveway. She said, "Oh, by the way, do we have polar bears in Alabama?" No, that I know of. But she didn't know anything about Bigfoot, could care less about Bigfoot, didn't want to hear, it didn't bother me, she just wasn't interested. But what she described to me, she saw a white Bigfoot, and she said, "Wow, it was standing by that tree line over there," and she said it was looking at that thing you built. So I'm thinking maybe it was a territorial thing where that Bigfoot come out and said, "Let's see who that is in my neighborhood over there." And that's what started me looking around the woods around my house. I live out in the woods anyway, but you always think that Bigfoot's everywhere else, So I started looking and seeing tree structures in my backyard and tree bends and just everything that you see that you look for, And I'm like, this is cool, I ain't got to go nowhere. I'm in my backyard, literally. And 2018 was the best year for me as far as catching things, but I didn't realize, you catch a lot of things on video or camera, you don't really see them till later, And I caught some things that I didn't actually see till 2021 when I was going through my computer, deleting some files, and I was looking at one particular file, and it had a horrendous sound at the front of it. And I caught my attention and said, "Oh, I remember that." So I just pulled it up and looked at it real close again, and what I saw on there just it knocked me out. I'd like to cry. It freaked me out, but Jonathan can tell you he's seen the video and stuff. A juvenile Bigfoot. It's all it could be because it wasn't much bigger than me. I had my camera out. Speaking out here today. But here's what I did. And I had planned this. If I ever had to do it again, I was thinking, when you're out here looking flashlight, I was thinking, if you shine this flashlight over here, I'm going to go over here. You know, like most people shining. So what I did is I had my camera on when I walked out the door. And I crept as close as I could, you know, because I wondered what that loud noise was. And then as soon as I got out to the area, I hit my flashlight with my camera went, and just real quick, just zoomed across the backyard. And I caught at least three critters back there. And I think, and this is crazy, but I think one was a dog man, from what I can tell from the video. And it was big. And my flashlight, if I'd have went over just a foot more, I'd have caught him off. But I caught him just enough in his face where he seen the light. And he turned like this and went like that and went off in the woods. But you can see 5 big fingernails come across the tree and they're lit up in the light when he swung across like that. And of course, it was at a spot that I could measure. I'll get an idea for a specific tree where he was by. And where his hand come across was about head level to me. And it looked like it was waist level to him. So he had to be at least 8 feet tall. But the juvenile I was talking about, man, it's so cool. But, I had my camera out like this, and I was looking for anything. And, but apparently what had happened is he didn't see me either. And this is on video because when he come around, like you got your camera out like this, and he come up like this, like he seen me and had a big surprise on his face. It was like when they left, and this is video. It's not photographs. It's video. There's about 7 frames on it, and. Y'all can hook me up and or give me a holler, and I'll put you on I got a little private Bigfoot page called Boogerville that I keep my what you call my proof of evidence in. And according to Cliff Brightman, proof of evidence would mean we can't prove exactly Bigfoot, but if you got a footprint or whatever, that's evidence. That's proof of evidence. You can't prove what it was, but you can prove you've got something there, a Bigfoot or a big footprint, actually. So I call it my proof of evidence. But there's, oh man, it's just so amazing in my backyard. Like I say, it's just.
So where is this, Dale? Where's your backyard?
It's in Phoenix City, Alabama.
Okay.
Just down the road.
Just, right in pretty much in Fort Mitchell. I'm right on the line there. Right across the river from Columbus, Georgia, the Chattahoochee. I caught some great audio, and you may have heard it, or it's been analyzed several times, just down the road from my house. Not too long ago, my buddy Terry Allen come out to the house, and wanted to do a little booger. And that weekend was crazy. I'm telling you what. We walked out. It was just getting dark, wasn't it?
Yeah,
a little bit dark.
Just got dark.
Yeah, just getting dark. And Terry had his camera going, of course, and I was running my mouth, walking with Terry, I was saying stuff like, most folks don't look up in trees for boogers and stuff, so I try to look up too when I'm walking, but the whole time he was filming, and he caught something that's pretty amazing, didn't know it till later, when he sent it to me, and he caught this booger was behind a big tree, and you could watch it. It was dodging Terry's camera. You see, Terry was doing this way, and it was like he was trying to stay out of the way, and finally it just said, "Heck with it," and it took off. Wow. And we caught it on camera. All you can see is a silhouette, a black solid silhouette, but he was fast, and it looked like the only sighting that I actually had with my eyes, not caught on video or photographs and seen later, happened in 2018 also. And that story is, I had walked out on, about 9:30 in the morning. I walked out on my front porch, I drank a cup of coffee, and I seen a pretty red fox back behind my house in the field, and I said, ooh, I'm going to do me a National Geographic. So I got my camera, I was going to try to follow the fox, get some on film. So of course, I was being as stealthy as I could, you know. And normally when I go out in my woods, I ain't stealthy, you know, because them boogers know you're out there. You ain't gonna sneak up.
Sister, you leave
Yeah.
Rusty be.
But anyway, I lost sight of the fox. You know, it took off, and I'd end up to the property line. That's a hunting area on the other side of the fence there. But I put my phone in my pocket, and like I say, it was a beautiful morning. And I just stood there like this, looking at the morning, and out of the corner of my eye, I seen something dart out this way. And the way I described it, how long I watched it, is if you move your eyes all the way to the left and move them as slow as you can to the right, that's about how long I saw it, 2 or 3 seconds, whatever it is. But it was a black, I couldn't make out no features again, but it was black, solid black, it was bipedal, and it was lean, like at a 15-degree angle. But his head was tilted way back, real funny looking, you know. And I can remember that, and it was, like people say, it was gliding through the forest on a trail quicker than anything I ever seen, as far as critters, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was like it was on a movie set, you know, where they put cameras on the rails. You thought there was a rail back there, and it was, you know, that's how smooth it was going. But I saw that. The thing is, it didn't scare me. And I don't, you know, you've heard of being zapped. And I don't know if that's what happened or not, but all of a sudden, just all the blood went to my face. I started getting dizzy and just like confused. And the first thing I thought was get out my camera and document this in case I don't make it, you know, at least they'll know what happened, you know. And I couldn't figure my camera out. I was trying to turn it the right way and get it right, and I did film something, but it filmed upside down, you know, so I had to fix it. But and I thought I was going to pass out. You know, I don't know why. I wasn't scared. It didn't freak me out. But, you know, I just wondered if it was that zapping thing. But the kick, and I just barely made it to the house. I called my old buddy. He passed away a couple of years ago. But he kind of talked me on through the forest there. You know, saying, you know, keep it together, you all right? You know, just let me make it to the house, because I was freaking out. And Robin thought I was having a heart attack or something when I come in the house. And come find out it was probably just an anxiety thing. But here's the kicker. That very evening, I had a doctor's appointment. So I went to the doctor's appointment. They, you know, done my temperature and everything they do there. They took my blood pressure. Then they took it again. And she looked at me, she said, Mr. Boswell, are you okay? I said, yeah. She said, your blood pressure ain't never been this high. I said, well, I ain't never seen a booger either, so I don't know if they got something to do with it, you know, but it, you know, it hadn't been that high since, you know. Like, I don't know if that was something you could call some kind of evidence or something, some kind of reaction to what I saw, you know. So that was pretty awesome. Let's see, me and Terry again, there's that house, and this would have been a paranormal thing. But the night before we filmed the one we was talking about, we walked out the house, and in my backyard there's a big tree, and there was something in that damn tree that was like it was flying or floating. It was about the size of a garbage can lid, and it was solid. You could see it going in and out of the limbs and stuff, but it was, I mean, Terry and I both cussed at the same time, and we got it on camera. We both said, "What the F is that?" You know, and it was both at the same time. So we seen it right exactly the same time, and they didn't know what it was. It spooked us, so we kept looking for it. And we was filming, but I couldn't see nothing on the film. You know, when I looked at it. So we went on and looked over this way, into this wooded area. There's a big old eyeball looking at us. It was a big old eyeball, just one. It was a one-eyed Bigfoot, I reckon. I don't know, but it didn't blink or nothing, but it just stayed there. So until we started walking towards it, then it disappeared. So that was my area. I think is, I don't know if they migrate through there or what, but if you look at a aerial view of my house, you see the woods and stuff, and it looks like an hourglass. And it comes down about the middle of the hourglass as my house is. That's woods up there, and this is woods down here. So if you was a critter and you wanted to get to the woods the quickest across the road from here to there, you got to go by my house. Unless you take a chance of being seen in a field or something, but on up down the road, I always say, you know, where does a booger cross the road? At my house. Yeah, but that's the only thing I can figure why it's so active in that area. But it just tickles me to death to get out there and do this because it's been a passion of mine, just a kind of prestigious hobby, doing the Bigfoot thing, and I kind of lost track of the music there for a while with some operation I had on my neck and on my neck bone. I got some titanium in there, kind of like Wolverine. So I was telling him, am I going to shoot me? Shoot me right here. You know, and hopefully it'll bounce off. But anyways, that's most, I don't want to take up a lot of your time. I'll pick a song or two for you, see if we can draw some boogers out.
There you go.
They supposedly like guitar picking and playing and stuff like that. So let me get that out. I don't have much of a volume singing wise. I always had a mic, you know, with a band and stuff. So let's see a light moving. So I'm gonna pick a little bit and you see if you can hear me. So if I'm a little quiet, it's just pretend you know the words. Hello, sir. Where are you from?
I'm from Alabama.
Right, Alabama.
Well, you are out there, I think.
They brought me a microphone stand to try to use it for that. Well, you get it.
Yes, you work hard today. Yeah, that's it. I work hard every day.
Got my name on it, so you know who's this.
Nice dog.
I remember who I am.
You Rob. You get me, Rob.
I think we in tune. The sound in tune to y'all sounds pretty good.
Sounds good.
I get so nervous speaking. I can sing in front of anybody, crowds and stuff, but just speaking makes me so nervous. But I love doing the interviews when the podcast interviews. And every time I'm through, I'm like, I shouldn't do that. I'm so nervous. I probably sound like some kind of hillbilly from from the mountains in Kentucky or something. But here, let me sing this song to you. The story behind it is, a few years ago I did a radio interview there in Columbus, and the disc jockey asked me, he said, Dale, it says, as a songwriter, he said, what inspires you? I said, just about anything, really. I said, and I had my guitar there in the studio. I said, matter of fact, here's one I'm working on. And I never did finish it. But it goes like this. Have you ever seen a live armadillo sitting on the side of the road? They've always got their feet just sticking straight up in a dead little armadillo pose. Could be playing possum, I'm just saying, I don't know. But I have never seen a live armadillo sitting on the side of the road. One time I saw Elvis shopping at a discount store. Bigfoot lives in my backyard and Batman lives next door. Seeing is believing, and I believe in UFOs, but I have never seen a live armadillo sitting on the side of the road. That's all I have written.
I love it.
But before I could finish that song, the phone lines were lighting up, and people were asking, when you going to record that song? And I'm like, that's the stupidest song I ever wrote. I never did finish, but I'm going to eventually get in the studio and just record it. But that was, and all the other DJs, sometimes radio stations got several stations in one. And the other DJs come in there, and they was all like, all right, can you record that? Let me have a copy of it, make sure we get one of it. Okie dokie. You
Can
know,
you sing it one more time?
Huh?
Can you sing it one more time?
Can I sing it one more
Yeah,
time?
sing it one more time.
Okay. Have you ever seen a live armadillo sitting on the side of the road?
Rusty.
They've always got their
You don't
feet
normally
just sticking
beg.
straight up in a dead little armadillo pose. Could be playing possum, I'm just saying, I don't know. But I have never seen a live armadillo sitting on the side of the road. One time I saw Elvis, he was shopping at a discount store. Bigfoot lives in my backyard and Batman lives next door. Seeing is believing, and I believe in UFOs, but I've never seen a live armadillo sitting on the side of the road. That was there's an old song that was recorded by Johnny Horton many years ago, and many other artists since then, Porter Wagon and everybody else. It's an old song called Old Slewfoot. I don't know if you ever heard it, but if you listen to it, it sounds like a freaking Bigfoot song, although they say bear tracks. But the rest of the word is saying Bigfoot. So I changed it around a little bit, just to give you an idea of it. High on a mountain, tell me what do you see?
No, ma'am. That's it.
Bigfoot, Bigfoot, looking back at me. Tried to take a picture, but it was too late. Bigfoot grabbed a little pig, headed for the gate. He was bigger around the middle and broad across the rump, running 90 miles an hour, taking 30 feet a jump. Ain't never been caught, he ain't never been treed. Some folks say he looks a lot like me. Now don't that sound like a Bigfoot description? Well, I saved up my money and I bought me some bees, started making honey way up in the trees. I cut down the trees and my honey's all gone. Bigfoot got the honey, made himself at home. He's bigger around the middle and he's broad across the rump, running 90 miles an hour, taking 30 feet a jump. Ain't never been caught, he ain't never been treed. Some folks say he looks a lot like me. Well, winter's coming on and it's 20 below. The river froze over, so where can he go? We chase him up the gully and run him in the well, just to hear him holler and shoot him in the tail. Bigger around the middle and he's broad across the rump, running 90 miles an hour, taking 30 feet a jump. Ain't never been caught, he ain't never been free. Some folks say he looks like Jonathan and me. But don't that sound like a
Absolutely. Absolutely, yes.
But you know, the actual verse goes, high on a mountain, tell me what did I see? Bear tracks, looking back at me. Bears don't run 90 miles an hour and jump 30 feet and look like me and you know. So I just think somebody back in then just slip a Bigfoot song in there.
Yeah,
Don't it sound like it?
I think so.
All right, let me do you one more and I'll leave you alone. Let me do just one of my favorite songs that I learned years ago, and Glenn Campbell actually recorded my favorite version of it, but it's an old, I guess a folk type song, but it's one of my favorites. This is how I can do it. Have you seen the old man at the closed down market, picking up the papers in his worn out shoes? In his eyes you'll see no pride, his hands held loosely at his side. Yesterday's paper telling yesterday's news. So how can you tell me you're lonely? Say Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something that'll make you change your mind. Have you seen the old girl who walks the streets of London? Dirt in her hair and her clothes all in rags. She has no time for talking, she just keeps right on walking, carrying her home in 2 brown paper bags. So how can you tell me you're lonely? Say for you that the sun don't shine. Well, let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something that'll make you change your
Ooh.
mind. All right.
How about a gospel? You got a gospel one?
Oh, yeah, see.
Close it out. I want to be gospel.
Let me see what I can do. It's been so long since I played gospel music. I started out in a gospel band. Of course, like a lot of country singers did, but I wish I'd thought about it. I'd thought of something. I'm thinking.
That's a good one.
All I'm hearing is Ghost Riders in the sky.
Let's do some picking then.
Now you want to see me play that backwards?
Is that Ghost Riders in the
Yeah,
Sky?
You want to see me do it backwards? Can you believe it? Watch this.
Let's just call him, did you?
Is that
Comedian.
Ghost Riders in the Sky?
Yeah, yeah.
Sound like it.
I've
Can you
never
sing that
considered-
one? Can you sing that one?
I never learned the words to it. We used to just play it as just a break song, you know. But I do like it.
Sister.
Well, sure you got one more. Right?
One more.
What about Can't You See by the Marshall Tucker Band?
Oh, I played that song 1,000,000 times.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't sing it in the band, and it is so weird. There's songs that you played 1,000,000 times, like Sweet Home Alabama,
Right.
Give Me 3 Cents, all that stuff. But I did most of the country songs and played, of course, no rhythm guitar. I never learned the words to them. Somebody else was singing. There's enough trouble with me remembering the words of the songs I am doing.
Hey, Dale,
Huh?
can you do Heaven is on Me High?
What?
Heaven is on Me High?
Is that what?
You can Heaven is on Me High.
Heaven is only knee
Oh.
high.
You need to.
You're sitting on it, sister.
Brought me to mind me of a song that I wrote a long time ago.
It's a long time ago.
And it's a gospel song. And it was about a little girl talking to her granddad. I'd like to go to heaven someday, but I don't know where it's at. Granddaddy said he'd show me the way. He said he'd draw me a map. What is?
Long time ago.
I searched the skies for angels at night until the stars disappear. I'd like to go to heaven someday. How do I get there from here? Heaven is only knee high when you pray. Heaven is only knee high. From down on your knees, get down and please. Heaven is only knee high. I couldn't remember the verse. One more song, and this is a song that I recorded, and it's where'd the military dude go?
He's out there. He's over there by the road.
Oh, I was telling him about it. But,
We got a
You
military.
can Google it. Just Google my name. This song will come up.
Yeah,
The
born
song
us
is
in the
called
Air
My
Force.
Soldier Prayer. And I wrote it as a tribute to the fallen heroes, fallen soldiers. And it's gotten a lot of airplay, especially on Memorial Day and Veterans Day and things like that. And it gets played at funerals and things. And it was actually one of George Jones' favorite songs. He actually said it was the greatest military tribute he had ever heard. And that year, he wanted me to send him about 12 copies of it that he wanted to give to his friends. So Rob and I were going to Nashville anyway, so I said, we'll just come by your house and drop them off. You know, so we did, and that man lives in the biggest house you ever seen in your life. It was beautiful. I mean, like I'm just everything country music. Oh God, just imagine being in the home with the greatest country music singer that probably ever lived. You know, George Jones. It was such an awesome honor, you know, for him to even, you know, mention something like that. But and I had met him several times through the year when I was just a kid before I recorded the song. But this song called My Soldier Prayer. And y'all know where Wetumpka is?
Yes.
First time I actually performed it was there. And my band was playing there. And I'll tell you this little story real quick. There was a couple that would come out and see us, and they say, every time we come, they say, Dale, do you know any patriotic songs? I said, well, not really, you know. I didn't, Lee Greenwood song, and I didn't want to do that, you know. I've heard it so many times, you know. Where's that? So I kept on, so we were going back to Wetumpka, so I told Robin, I'd been working on a patriotic song. I said, you know, I need to finish this before we get back there for them people. So I finished writing it, and that night, we went on break, and I come back up there with just a guitar, and you know, the band hadn't even heard the song. And I told him I wanted to play and see what they thought about it. Well, I started playing the song, the whole club went totally quiet, everybody playing pool, whatever, and all focus was towards the stage. The veterans lined up in front of me on the stage, and I almost cried thinking about it, and was saluting me. And I'm like, you know, I can't believe this, you know. It's such an honor, and you know, and I tell people, you know, I get emails from all over the world from people hearing this song, telling me the stories of their fallen friends and family and neighbors and stuff, and when I would do it on stage, you know, with my band, and it sounded like I'm bragging, but every time I did the song, we got a standing ovation. And it was so awesome, and like I said, I'd come off the stage, and people would gather around me, telling me the stories of their, so thanking me for the song, and that's what I tell them, you know, don't thank me for it. I'm just the messenger, you know. It come from up there, you know, apparently. But let me see if I can get through it for you. It's freedom worth the price they pay. Ask a soldier, here's what he'll say. I'll proudly die for you, my friend. Though you don't know him, you don't know you. Say it's their job, but it's more than that. They go to work, some don't come back. That's why I pray to the Lord up there. Lord, listen to my soldier prayer. If I should die before the war is over, Lord, let my soul remain here on earth. Save heaven for the fallen soldiers, for they deserve to go home first. Those pearly gates, they open wide. When I get there, I'll step aside and proudly stand till the last one's in. Say welcome home, my fallen friend. So if someone asks, is it worth the price? Can I give back those soldiers' lives? No, I can't, but this I swear, on bended knees, I should die before the war is over, Lord, let my soul remain here on earth. Save heaven for the fallen soldiers, for they deserve to go home first. Lord, I know this is a strange request. In fact, it may be one you never heard before. But if you give me a second, I'll try to explain. As you know, our soldiers fight and die every day for the sake of freedom. And that's one debt that just cannot go unpaid. I believe all our soldiers deserve their share of heaven. So if you would, and if you have time, please make sure there's a mansion for each and every one. And Lord, if you need one more, well, just give them mine. For they deserve to go home first.
Wow.
That's something like that. I hadn't did it before.
Well, Dale, thank you.
Thank you so much for the invite. It's a pleasure to meet you and the rest of the people. And Pat, and once again, thank you all for your help and getting through this. And we have made some great memories tonight, me and Robin and Terry, and we will never forget it. And thank y'all so much.
Robin, what do you think about all this Bigfoot and what this fellow does?
I do it with him sometimes when it ain't so darn cold. And
It's too cold to get out sometimes.
I'm there with you.
I just let him go by himself.
Yep.
I am so there with you.
Well, thank you for everybody that's come. We've got people from New Orleans and all over.
He's a friend.
And it's starting to become a thing. And thank you everybody for contributing to the potluck. We got storms coming in later tonight, so I'm going to kind of let everybody kind of go. And thank you for being a part of it. And thank you for supporting us.
Thanks.
Come on here, Pat Jr.
Yes, buddy. I'll have some books out. I'm the way. Let me give books away just a minute. They're on top of the truck. Mark, you want to say something?
I'm good tonight, man.
How about you, Rebecca?
Oh, no.
But I appreciate everybody coming down to our part of the country. So. And
Always a good thing.
It is. Mark's starting to get back into the research and the Bigfoot, and that's good to see.
Yeah.
And I understand this stuff takes it out of you, and sometimes you have to back away.
you do.
And it's healthy for the mind, healthy for the soul. And I've got some books I want to give away. Who has a good story to tell? Who has a good paranormal ghost story? I can't believe it happened to me story. Anybody have anything? How about you, Brandon?
I got a good squash story.
All right, let's hear it. Come on over here. What's your name?
Mike Trammell.
I know Mike Trammell. You're on my
I
Facebook.
spoke with you on Facebook and I commented on your.
You're a big UAB alumni, aren't you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Tell us how before. Tell us what.
That's the way up there, I just tell everybody.
Pretty cool experience.
Google my name.
There was one
Believe
like, really
everything.
good one.
Just hung up with that
It was
I'm gonna go get
my
some.
wife and I, we had a little dog and we were back in Bankhead.
I'll get some in a minute.
It was a beautiful day. It was late in the fall. I'd never been back to Brushy Lake down there. Yep. And it's way back in there. It's pretty cool. And we hiked on around to, there's an old Civil Conservation Corps dam there, you know. And over here on the right, there's a cliff that goes along the creek. And of course, supposed to go, we climbed over the fence there at the dam. And we took the trail going down the side of the creek back into, they call it Brushy Creek too. Well, the girl who pointed us the right direction called it Brushy Creek. And wow, it was really pretty that day. It was a little cool. We had our flannels on. And we had hiked. It can get some pretty rough terrain. Brandon, Paul and I's got that. Paul and I's hiked it before on a summer's day, and whew, we were sweating. But this is a beautiful, cool day. We're hiking along the creek there and just really enjoying it. Wasn't really planning on squatching that day. We were just out getting some fresh air and getting some exercise, had our dog. And we're about a mile and a quarter down in there.
Another one?
I mean, I had to pee. Stopped, did my thing, and of course the dog. And then we stopped, and I had a big walking stick I found, a big sturdy stick. And I was like, let's give it a try. Let me see if I can get a reaction here. It's a beautiful old growth forest. It's like this. There's huge oaks, slippery elms, enormous pines. And there was this big oak right by the creek, and so I did 2 big hard whacks on the tree. And a couple little hoots. And about that time, my wife said, and I was having some trouble with my ears at that time, I couldn't hear me, but my wife was like, there's something walking through the woods. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you don't hear that? And I'm like, no, you don't hear what crap. He's like, yeah, there's something walking. And then this stench, this smell, I mean, it's like wet dog, skunk, death is coming, wafting through. My wife, oh my God. And then our dog started whimpering. Like, and she don't whimper at anything. She'll take off after she's run off a bear before. And she started whimpering, and just the hair rose up on the back of my neck, and that feeling of dread comes over you. And I got thinking, I didn't really think something like this was going to happen. And then I heard knocks across the creek. And then I heard a whistle back off over this way. And I'm thinking, all I got is this stick. And my gun's in the car. Why didn't I bring my gun? And my wife's looking at me, she's like, you thinking what I'm thinking? Yeah, let's get out of here. So we turn around and we're heading on back. Getting out of there, and of course, I'm constantly looking on my shoulder. A huge splash. It must have thrown a huge rock in the creek. I mean, just, whoosh, like, yes, get out of here. So we kept going. And had that scent walked up another time, too. When we stopped for a second, going through this creek in the Cherry, could hear it kind of trailing along that ridge. It's a huge ridge. And I'm sure there's little caves in there all along that thing, and I'm imagining we bored something out of one of those caves, but that was a pretty wild experience. Thanks for letting me share it.
Yeah, anytime. Yes, thank you for sharing. You know, the smell, there's a couple times I've smelled them, and it's like if you just lived in the woods for a year and you didn't ever bathe and you didn't do anything else, it's a pretty rank smell. So, who is there anybody here that has a birthday in April? April birthday.
Rebecca.
Ruth and Rebecca pick a book.
What?
You have a birthday in April?
Yes.
Yep.
Just happens to be the same day as Easter.
Yay! Easter Bunny birthday, pick a book.
Hey, you hitting the books this weekend, ain't you, baby?
Right?
Yeah, all right.
I got an April birthday.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
Oh.
You do. He does.
Oh, you do? He does?
Yes, he does.
Well, here, you can get the last book, Joe Parker.
Oh, I don't need no books.
You get a book for real?
You can't
Come on, Joe Parker.
Come on, take it to work with you.
I'm going with whoever said he can't read.
Oh, that's
I'm audio book only guy. I'm audio book only.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, everybody, for attending. Thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for your supporting it. And we've had a good time, and we always have a good time with our friends. And we got someone from New Orleans here. Known William, Rusty, a long time. We've tried to hit it off, and we finally
Yeah.
do it and everything. He lives in a very old house. First place you asked, he lives in Hollins.
Well, you know, that's what they say. When we bought it, which was in 2010, well, I'll back up. So it was built in 1880, and it's in what's called the Garden District in New Orleans. And it was built by a guy named General Albert Blanchard. He was a retired Confederate general in the Civil War. After the war, he came back to New Orleans and became a businessman, basically. And he was the CEO, in effect, of the railroad, which ran, which is what is now the St. Charles Streetcar. And he built his house and his office so that he could be adjacent to the streetcar. So that, which is why we're right on the streetcar route, which is also the Mardi Gras parade route. So all the Mardi Gras parades go by us, which is fun. At any rate, so he built the house in 1880. He died in the house in 1891. It stayed in his family until after the Second World War, and then changed hands 4 or 5 times, I guess, until like the late 80s when it was renovated by a chef, a pretty well-known chef in New Orleans named Alex Patoot. And when he was renovating it, the workmen that he had hired to renovate it would quit. And they would say they were too scared to come back to the house. But they really, at least I never heard why that was. Well, anyway, so he finally sold it to a military family. The father was gone most of the time doing whatever he did in the Navy. And the mother and 3 little girls lived in the house prior to us. And when we bought it, which is 2010, in Louisiana, you have to disclose if there's been any paranormal activity in the facility that you're buying. So she told us, the mother told us, that one day she's in a house with the girls, the husband's gone, and the 5-year-old comes to her in the kitchen, like one morning, and says, "Mom, why is there a policeman on our stairwell?" And she had no idea, the mother had no idea. They went and looked, there's nothing there. Finally, they eventually figured out and showed the little girl, 5-year-old, a picture of General Blanchard, and she said that's who it was. So she apparently saw the general on the stairwell, which is original to the house and has lots of ornate design on it and stuff. It's very nice. Anyway, now I will say, I have to admit, I have not personally seen anything that I would be scared of, or that I would think was paranormal. I don't know whether we scared him off, or he just likes us maybe. I don't know why. So, but that was the story we got.
Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Wow.
I love a good haunted house story.
Absolutely.
Old historical house. Anybody else have anything they want to share? Alrighty. Y'all have a good night. Everybody please be safe going home. And drive safe. Don't drive fast. Lucas, be careful. Lucas is in flight training. And send our prayers with him. Be careful. Keep the wings level, right?
Y'all please Google if you would. Like I say, I'd love for y'all to hear the recorded version of my soldier prayer. And like, it'll come up instantly when you Dale Boswell.
Okay.
Just Google my name, and I'd love y'all to hear it. And my Bigfoot site is called Boogerville. Got to tell you that. And any of y'all that's y'all invited on the site. It's a private site, you know, because I try to stay away from them coalition folks from messing with me. If y'all send me a message or whatever, or a link or whatever, you know, I'd love to add you to the group and let y'all see some of the stuff I was talking about.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Jonathan,
Yes, sir.
we need everybody remember Kumbo. He's having a lot of health problems.
Yes, sir.
And also Jeff Townsend. So y'all remember them too. And everything. So both of them's having some pretty good health issues. So
Let's bow our head. Lord, You see these issues laid before us, Lord. Keep your hand upon Kumbo, Lord. I understand issues of the body. I've had some myself. Lord, keep your hand upon Kumbo as he goes through this trial. And keep your hand upon Jeff, Lord. Keep your hand on everybody in this place, Lord, as they go home. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, because I had talked to him a couple weeks ago, and he didn't sound too good. He said it rough.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, good morning, everybody. Yep, everybody got off this morning. It's been a real rainy morning here in Alabama. Went back. I didn't end up camping out last night because I knew the rain was coming, and went back this morning to make sure most everybody left last night except for a few. Went back this morning just to make sure everybody made it okay getting out. You can see I'm up on top of Bull Gap. The hunters camp is back in yonder over that mountain there, and I'm over here on the 148 side. Thought I'd just give you a view of from the mountain. And you know, had a good weekend, had some vocals, had some good fellowship. Glad everybody that was able to come. Missed all the people that wasn't able to come. Jonathan said he'd be doing another one this fall. Yeah, I'm sitting in the truck because it's raining right now. But I just wanted to show y'all this, and I'm gonna go back down what we call Wiregrass and Hugh Rocky Mountain Road toward the house. I may film a little bit more on the way. I'm right up here right next to the Pinhody Trail. Two guys just come out of the woods, man, they soaked to the bone. I asked them if they needed a ride or anything. They said that's good, they had a ride coming. So, but anyway, I'm gonna shut this off a few minutes and ride on through a little piece, and just might see some turkeys cross the road or something, but head on back toward the house. I'll talk with you in a little bit. Bye. Alright, everybody, I'm gonna end up this video. We've got like another big front coming in. Really enjoyed it this weekend and last weekend with everybody. Hope y'all enjoy this video. Some of it's gonna be some clips, and I tried to get to everybody I could. Just the way it went though. But I'm glad I got a few people. I got some interviews I'm gonna do coming up pretty soon. Did finally talk to the guy down in Coosa County, had his sighting, and hopefully maybe later this week go down and see him. It's really starting to pick up, so I'm feeling to really start moving. But I appreciate all my older subscribers and new subscribers and the people who emails me and comments. So y'all hit that share, notification button, comments, like. Y'all go check out everybody we support. Spencer and Misty with Woodwalkers, Chris Reinhardt with Discover Sasquatch, Kyle Conley with Encrypted Connections, Lauren over at Night Callers, Mr. Barton Nunley with Inhumanoids and Hellbent Hollering, and there's a host of others. The Beast guys, they're back going, and enjoyed really meeting some of them. And y'all be keeping Kumbo and Jeff Townsend in your prayers. And like I always say, just love everybody and get along. And also, remember, this is kind of like a card game. All the cards are on the table. Each card represents something. So I may be starting to call that my motto. But anyway, I'm gonna get off from here and get out of here before this storm rolls in. And I'll see y'all next time. And remember, me and Rebecca will probably be back normal with our lives on Fridays. And you know, this will come out on Wednesdays. So if you know of any sightings or any encounters, let me know. I'll meet you there if you're willing to be on camera, or if you'd rather be confidential, send me just an email. That's fine too. Anyway, this is Mark out from Cedar Creek Bottoms Farmstead with another, we're talking about calling this Creepy Mountain Chat, so with another Creepy Mountain Chat. We'll talk with you later. Bye-bye.